What's happening, guys? Today we're teaching you how to lead your kids into learning how to safely shoot revolvers or pistols. How'd that feel?
Oh, that was awesome.
It was good? Should be a good time, but I'm going to walk through the sequence of what I've done with my sons so that we can maximize safety and we can make the experience a very enjoyable one. You know, father-son or father-daughter bonding time. And so I'm going to lead you through the steps, but first you'll need a child. So go ahead and get your child and I'll show you mine. Now, many of you are going to be really surprised in this video of all the stuff that I'm not teaching my kid. And I don't think that you should on their first or second go round either. I'm going to be handling all the loading and unloading, and I don't care to teach my kid that at all. Their job is just safety and to be able to make the gun go bang. I'm not even teaching them how to properly sight the gun. I'm just looking at the slide and making sure you're gonna hit something on that huge berm somewhere. We're just looking for wins, and so I wanna make the bar as low as possible, make some huge celebration. They're gonna have a great time, and it's not gonna be terrifying or stressful or anything like that. It's just a simple win. If you wanna add to that, do so, but beware the tendency to over-teach. It just stresses them out, and it's impossible hurdle for them to do on their first go-round. What we want is to stack a bunch of easy, nice, gentle sloping wins so that the kid is set up for success and not for stressful failure. Make it a good father-son bonding time so that they can't do wrong other than some simple safety mechanisms and some general tactile movements. And if you do that, you get to celebrate and throw a party, and it becomes this real sacred and special father-son or father-daughter encounter, so they're not getting yelled at and they're not getting in trouble. You're not a drill sergeant and they are not your new private. It's your son and you're trying to teach him how to love shooting safely. Now, some will say, hey, how young is too young? For my boys, I don't think my boys shot a pistol or revolver until maybe they were 9. However, they were shooting like lever action .22 rifles way back before, of like at 6. Pistols, revolvers, they're far scarier. There's just too much movement. Too many bad things can happen really quick. And so, you know, Red Ryder BB gun or .22 long rifle, and you're right there with them and you're leading them through it. You can go way younger, but for pistols, revolvers, I'd like some age. All right, so you've got your equipment, you've got your child. Now it's time to coach safety. Before they ever touch ammunition or guns or anything, we make sure they understand the universal firearm safety rules. That means they've heard me say them, they've started to regurgitate them in their own words, and I'm modeling what those safety rules look like moment to moment. Let's go ahead and show you what it looks like. All right, buddy, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, high five to begin, and we're gonna crush it. We have firearms, we have ammunition, we have ear pro. Show me your ear pro.
Right here.
Boom, ready, and eye pro.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna crush it. First thing before we touch anything, it's universal firearm safety rules. Here's your big quiz. Look in the camera and tell us the universal firearm safety rules. In your own language is fine.
Treat all guns as if they're loaded. Never put your finger on the trigger until the decision to fire has been made. Never point it at anyone, and know your target.
Oh, you killed it. That's great. For extra credit, I'm going to put them all on screen. This is how they formally are kind of written. Those are the safety rules, and you killed it. Way to go.
Thanks.
Quick timeout, guys. This video today is sponsored by Hillsdale College. Hillsdale offers all kinds of like 40 different free online classes if you guys check out hillsdale.edu/WPS. One class in particular is Understanding Capitalism. There's been nothing in the history of the world that has lifted so many people around the globe from abject poverty like the wealth-creating machine called capitalism. With this Hillsdale class, there's 7 different, about 25-ish minute lectures. There's short quizzes, and if you finish them, you'll end up getting a certificate that makes you a bona fide capitalism expert, or not quite, but you'll have the certificate. You'll finish the course. Guys, check this course and many more out for free at hillsdale.edu/WPS. That's hillsdale.edu/WPS to enroll. All right, so they understand cognitively the safety rules. Now it's time for them to interact. And what you're going to do is make sure you have a safe environment, a downrange area, and they're just going to pick the gun up without putting their finger on the trigger and point it and put it back down. Very easy step, but now it's time for them to get involved, and they're going to do that over and over again until you feel like they've really nailed this. They shouldn't be leading this way. You can ask them a question or talk to them and make sure that their head moves, but their gun doesn't move with it. And you're right there, kind of like poised here. So if they choose to look anyway, a bug bites them and they don't jump out like that, you're ready right there to be able to stop any movement of that muzzle. So you're involved, you're present, you're immediately there ready to grab. Buddy, are you ready to pick up a firearm and point it at the berm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I believe you are. Guys, as a side note, you don't want to bring out some 50 cal monstrosity. Your 1911 that weighs 3 pounds isn't the way to go. We got tiny stuff. This is a 22 single action revolver. This right here is a silenced 22 as well. And then this is what I actually carry daily. This is the 9mm and it's got a break on it. And the pistol grip is smaller because this is a subcompact gun. So his hand can fit around it better. And so make sure you're setting them up for success with a firearm. All right, now, just like we practiced, your finger will go on the frame and you're just gonna pick it up and point it and put it back down. Finger never goes on the trigger.
Yes, sir.
Let's see it. And down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. 2 hands this time. That's good. And down, and up, and down. Do another gun. I got this one. Another gun. Glorious, wonderful, and down, and do the final gun. So good. And down. We just completed another step. Fist bump. Back to you, John 2. All right, so your child has safely demonstrated that they're able to pick the gun up, point it, and put it back down. Now it's time to add some type of grip to it. What dudes will do wrong is they'll try to teach too much of like, here's how your sights work, here's your trigger press, here's your reset, here's the perfect grip, and it's just too much. What you really want to do is instead break it up like we're doing in this video into little bites so the kid can do something small and then you celebrate. It's guns down, high fives, and it can be a really tremendous way for you and your kid to bond and you're not drinking from a fire hose. And so now the next step is they're going to pick up the gun like they were doing before, but now you're going to really situate their grip. And it's not going to be perfect. It might be like 40% like you want it to be, and you're going to be fine with that for now. It's just about operation of the gun and safely shooting. We're getting the first win. We're going for the first down. You're not going for a touchdown. And so you're going to place that, and you're going to have them present out, and you're going to tell them just a couple other things. Like you can have them get in a better-ish stance and kind of lean forward. And I don't even worry about my sights right now. I'm like, all right, buddy. Now you're going to press the trigger and there's nothing in the chamber. They're just going to get a rep with a good grip, better grip, present, and press the trigger. And so it's all dry fire. Let's go ahead and make that happen now. All right, so now we're going to set our grip and you're going to press the trigger. We've confirmed it is clear. See in the chamber? Nothing's there and nothing's in there. Last check. All right, there we go. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and grip gun with 2 hands. And I want you to take this thumb and flag it up. And this hand fills, see all that real estate? This hand's gonna fill that space like there. How's that feel?
It's pretty hard to hold, but it's okay.
All right, very good. And what you can also do is take this finger and kind of latch underneath the trigger guard like that, and that allows your hand to really hold on to something. It helps anchor that hand on so you don't shoot, and it goes bam and flies off. So it's kind of like hold on right there. That's a cheat right there. Another thing I can do is I kind of flare out my elbows just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit right there. And that will allow the forces to kind of squeeze up where all the action is. Pretty good? Now I want you to lean your head forward a little bit, and let's go ahead and space out our legs, not too much, right there. That looks pretty good. How does that feel?
Oh, it's a little tight on the shoulder.
It looks pretty good. All right, finger on the trigger, and let's go ahead and press. All the way back. There we go. All right, don't come out of it because we're going to keep doing it. All right, very good, and press. So good, so good. All right, here we go. Again. Wonderful. Finger off the trigger. Good. And last one. Get a good grip. And press. So good. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this gun. Way to go, bud. That was excellent. Good job. Back to you, John. All right, now assuming you've done that dry fire and you've gotten sufficient reps, it's not just a one time, do it a bunch, you know, get a whole bunch so that he's got good comfort. Now you're ready to move on to the next live fire portion. And Dad, it's time for you to demonstrate it. So you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're not quick drawing or impressing or anything like that. You're just going to pick up off the table and you're going to show them exactly what they're going to look like when they do it. And you're going to bring up and you're going to press the trigger one time. It's going to go bang. Your finger will come off the trigger and then you'll put it back down safely. All right, buddy, first up is this single action revolver. It's a little 22. This is the special bullet. Go ahead and blow on it. That's for luck. It doesn't actually work, but gamblers do it in movies. All right, so I'm going to pull this back, twist this around, and I'm going first. And I believe that's where it needs to be. I'm going to get a good grip. I'm going to pull the hammer back and point, and then just one shot. Oh, so nice. Finger off the trigger, gun down. Let me do it again.
Yes.
All right, hammer back. I'm going to point. Awesome. Finger off trigger, gun down. That's it.
Sir.
Up, shoot, down. Once you've done your demo, now it's time to get your kid there. And since it's live ammunition, it's a big deal. I want you right there. So if they accidentally swung one way or the other, you're right there to go ahead and control. And this looks something that's like a consoling thing. I have one hand behind and then one hand that's real close to the arm. So I'm able to control the body and control the hands. And so I'm right there with them. Now, before you do it, one last thing, you're only going to put one bullet in the gun. Just one, whether it's a revolver, whether it's a pistol, it's one bullet. So if something did do it, it's just free safety. If the gun flies out of their hand and flips back because the kid can't even hold on to it during the recoil, well, you don't have a second round that can crank off. So one bullet goes in the gun. Now you're ready to do it, and this is what it looks like. Now, when you do it, I'm going to pull the hammer back for you. So all you're going to have to do is pick the gun up and point it. And then when I say, you'll come down and press the trigger. And once you're done, you'll take your finger off the trigger and you'll put it back down. Super easy.
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
There's your one bullet. All right, buddy, there's a round in it. Let's pick up. Point. Let's go two hands on this one. Good, get that thumb out of the way. All right, you set?
Yes, sir.
Hammer back, rock and roll. That's great. Finger off the trigger, gun down. Crushed it. Yeah! How'd that feel?
That was awesome.
It was good?
The smoke.
The what?
The smoke went off.
The smoke went off and whoosh, that's the right sound. That's it. All right, let's do it again. Congratulations, you got through. You should throw a party and celebrate. It's a big deal, and he or she did awesome, and you need to be able to communicate this. This is a sacred moment. This is a real fun thing. Way to go, buddy, and way to go, Dad. You're killing it. Now, if you want to progress and do more, you want to work on grip or you want to teach them how to load or unload the gun, that's all stuff that they earn by demonstrating safety and competency. And so Rome wasn't built in a day, and they don't become a IPSC Grandmaster competitive shooter their first day out. Of like, for me, I take a knee, I take a win for the first one. The day was meant to just teach them some safety and get the win. They made the gun go bang. They're not doing quick follow-up shots. They may have missed all the targets. If you would like to, if they've demonstrated competency, now show them how to aim if you'd like. Anything you want. Now, the way I'm doing it didn't descend on high and say, this is how thou shalt teach your feral child how to shoot. This is just what I did with my kids, and it maximizes safety and puts up relationship and allows bonding and allows good wins. So my kid loves shit. They can't wait to go back and shoot because we did it right the first time. That's how to build a protector for life, and that's what I'm after. Dad, if you're looking for more training, we do in-person training all over the country, and so check out warriorpoetsociety.com and jump in a training class. We also have plenty of videos online, and we have our network where we actually took our full classes and we put it online for you. Pistol 1, Pistol 2, Pistol 3, Rifle 1, Rifle 2, entangled gunfighting, long distance shooting, so much stuff. You got to go to watchwpsn.com, watchwpsn.com, and that's all that stuff. Guys, train hard, train smart. We'll see you next time.